Welcome to Sausage on a Fork, a podcast dedicated to the UK's longest running children's drama programme, Grange Hill. My name's Neil, and in each episode I'll interview a former cast member about their life before, during and after their time on the programme. Okay, welcome to the latest episode of Sausage on a Fork, and I am absolutely delighted to say that I have been rejoined for this episode by none other than Ruth Carraway, who played Helen Kelly, Fiona Lee-Fraser, who played Laura Regan, Lisa York, who played Julie Marchant, and Alison Bettles, who played Faye Lucas. Ladies, welcome back once again to Sausage on a Fork.
Whoop, whoop. Thanks for having us, Neil.
Not a problem, not a problem. Now, obviously, a few weeks ago, we did an episode and we were talking about the play that you lot had coming up, Lavvies. The run of that play is now finished, so thought it would be a good idea to get you all back on and talk about it, what happened, what it was like, and all that business. So I will just say, Alison Bettles is having a few technical issues at the minute. She is with us, just might not be with us as much as the others are. So we'll crack on. So, Ruth, we'll start with you because obviously it was your baby to start with. So what did you think of the entire thing? Was it 5 days, 6 shows? Am I right?
Yeah, 5 days, 6 shows. And I honestly, people keep asking me at work and everywhere, and they go, how'd it go? I went, I can't put it into words, although I'll try because I will. But I'm just overwhelmed by it. It just far exceeded my expectations. I knew the girls had it. I know they were going to be amazing, but I just didn't know how it was going to be received. You just don't. And I just we were overwhelmed, weren't we, girls? Like the first night with the first night, the Tuesday night, the opening night, we had a really sort of vocally enjoying audience. Some audiences enjoy it, but they're quieter in their enjoyment. But the Tuesday night, the first night, they were quite open and loud and raucous with their enjoyment. And I think we just went, oh wow, oh my God, like, and we had to go, right, we're going to have to stop and for the laughter. But the whole thing, I think it's just been a real journey, as the girls said. I mucked up their whole summer because of Lavvies, having to rehearse and worrying about learning the lines and the girls stressing out. I mucked up their whole summer, but I hope they felt it was worth it, because I do. I'm in that stage, Neil, where I'm sort of still buzzing, but it's sort of like that great holiday come down where you're going, oh God, I miss it so much. I miss the experience, but oh my God, it was amazing. Sorry. That's my way of trying to put it into words. Very unarticulately, I might add. Sorry.
So girls, if I can take you all back to that opening night, because I know, some of you had said about how you were feeling in the build up to it and coming up to doing it. So Fiona, coming up to that opening night, how were you feeling, like, sort of before you were going on?
Oh my God, Neil. Honestly, we were so nervous. The fight or flight instinct. Like, we were so close to just running out of stage door, weren't we? And like there were the moments backstage where, so Ruth goes out at the beginning, as you know, Neil, with Helen, goes out and greets the audience, sort of gets everyone revved up. And we were backstage for that, all ready to sort of go into the wings. And my God, because we'd had such little opportunity for rehearsal. I think the 5 of us had only got together once, and the other rehearsals, was it 3 times with the 5 of us though? God, it felt like once. Anyway, but we only had about 5 or 6 sort of rehearsal days, and most of the time there was someone missing. So because of our lives. So we didn't. So I think, and we'd had on the Monday and Tuesday, we'd kind of run it and it had gone well, but I don't think we'd had a clean run at any point.
Right. So a lot of giggling.
So we were clinging to that old adage, a bad dress rehearsal means a fantastic opening night. And actually, thank God it was. We got through it. I mean, the girls have huge amounts of dialogue to learn. They literally don't leave the stage, Alison and Lisa. So, you know, I was really nervous and I only had Sup come on and go off, but they literally don't leave the stage. And just the three of us, Tia had it, didn't she? Ruth had it, let's hope, because she'd written it. But we were bricking it backstage every night, all the way to the final performance we were.
Brilliant. And Lisa, what about you? Because I know, you definitely made it clear to me how you were feeling beforehand.
Yes, very, very nervous I was. But surprisingly, sorry, I've got a bit of a sore throat. So surprisingly, when it was all done and dusted and it settled, you start to think, oh, actually, you know, I really enjoyed it. Loved being with the girls. I think that's, as much as the play's brilliant and Ruth is amazing and what she's actually got out of us, I really don't know how she's done it. But having the girls' camaraderie was just second to none, and it's brought us all so much closer, which is a bonus to even have done what we've done, you know. Brilliant. So yeah, really thoroughly enjoyed it, but was very, very nervous and literally was sweating in the wings.
Brilliant. And Alison, how about you? Because I know you said about, you know, getting back into it and that you weren't looking to get back into acting. How were you feeling sort of like that first night?
I'm sorry, I'm in the toilet now. I was... maybe I should explain why I'm in the toilet. Should I explain in case this is sounding a little bit weird? I'm actually out to dinner on a very last minute dinner with some friends. And I didn't want to miss the podcast, and it was very noisy. So I've taken myself into the disabled toilet, and that's where I'm sitting. But
well, let's hope no one's wanting to get in.
Straightforward for me. Well, brilliant. There's another toilet next door, so if they knock, I'll vacate the building. Yes, so I was terrified, absolutely terrified. Just literally standing backstage, waiting to go on, and then any little minute we had spare, me and Lisa would quickly run back into the dressing room and then quickly try and flick over our lines really quickly. Or if we had any like nemesis lines that really were a bit iffy, we would run back in the toilet, and then me and Lisa would come back outside and we'd be looking at each other and we'd both be telling ourselves how terrified we are. And that's how it went.
And their best, I'd just like to say for all of them, the three girls here, Fiona, Alison, Lisa, Tia, their best was, I'm going to say it, Neil, you're going to have to bleep me, f***ing amazing.
I love you, babe.
Just saying. I'm just saying.
Oh,
so proud. I'm honestly, I am so bloody proud of them. I want to reach through this screen and give a bloody hug.
I was just going to say, me and Lisa felt really worried that Ruth had to really, like, she had to nurture us all the way through the rehearsals. But then when we started to do our rehearsals, you know, a dress rehearsal, lighting and everything, me and Lisa kept getting a fit of giggles. And we could see Ruth with her hands in her head. And we was thinking, oh my God, but we were like naughty little schoolgirls. The more Ruth looked at us, the more me and Lisa giggled. So we did, I mean, I felt really worried that Ruth was thinking, oh my God, what are we going to do with these two? But yeah, she was patient and we came through in the end.
And we just worked out it was better that when they were going through their lines that I wasn't there and they didn't see my
reaction.
Yeah. Her scary director face.
The thing that I think that would have heightened your nerves and all that was the fact that what are we saying? 80% of it, you were looking directly at the audience. It wasn't like, you were like just talking to each other. Like, you broke the fourth wall so much because the fourth wall was the mirror in the toilet. So
I think Alison accomplished that a lot better than I did. I did look at her a lot more than she was the one that
but
was
honestly,
out.
Most of the time it was so that on a certain line I didn't look at Lisa. So it's like, don't look at her, don't giggle, stay looking in the mirror. But
that was a director thing, Neil. I said to Alice, I kept saying, just do those lines to the mirror. do it to Lisa's reflection in the mirror. Not that there was one, but do it to there, because then you're not gonna. Every time she turned around to look, I went, look in the mirror.
Brilliant. And as we've said, all the time, it was set in the toilets of a night.
Ironically, Alison.
Complete with graffitied walls and
a lot of time in the toilet.
And I was told by the person sitting next to me how she did this. I don't know, but she recognized your handiwork, Ruth, because there was a huge penis drawn on the wall. And I'll tell you now, I was sitting next to Fleur, and Fleur said to me before, and that's Ruth's drawn that one. I know what her penises look like when she draws them.
Yes. Her always gets a penis in her card. I think Alison did as well this year.
Yes, I recognised it too, Ruth.
I just had a little penis in a card. Find the penis.
Now, also on that, did that graffiti get added to as the week went on? Because I'm sure I saw photographs and there was not as much there as when we travelled down to see you.
And there was little notes on them, so there was little, I put my daughter's name on there and my son and his girlfriend, and so there was a lot of personal stuff there as well, which made it quite special. And
there was a Grange Hill reference on there as well.
Yes,
that wasn't me.
Nor me.
Was it Just Say No?
It was, yeah.
Yeah, that was me. That was me. And then that was back to bite me in the arse, because somebody, I think, wrote on one of the Grange Hill sort of Facebook pages, there was some reference to Grange Hill and how we hadn't sort of kind of kept in character from our previous characters or something. And I think somebody thought it was like a continuation.
Right.
I thought, oh God, I shouldn't have put on.
Yeah, something like you wouldn't have all that swearing in a toilet. Yeah.
Now, can I ask then? Because obviously, the four of you are working together. And you've said how much you enjoyed it. What sort of like funny moments that can you tell us about, like from any of the shows or anything like this? Is there anything happened you think, I can't believe that's just happened, or
I can tell you one. Twice within the week,
every night,
Alison and I totally messed up, and a certain person couldn't even get onto the stage because we missed a whole chunk. Twice we did that, and we didn't even know we'd done it until we got off the bloody stage.
So poor Annabelle. So we had my partner's eldest daughter Elise, I think we said before, who's just gone off to Lambda, and her girlfriend Annabelle, and they were tech and understudying. And then because I'd had this little fall down the stairs a week before we opened and ended up in A&E, we decided that I would only play my main part, Selena, because I couldn't do any of the quick changes. So Annabelle came on as one of these parts, but that relied on Lisa and Alison actually doing those pages of the script.
Right.
A couple of times Annabelle was like waiting for her cue, and then she was like, I don't think my cue's going to come. No, they moved on with 2 pages on. So back she went, and she had to walk through the cafeteria restaurant, like the canteen, like the kitchen where they prepared all the food for the restaurant, the theatre. And she was like in the shortest silver dress you can imagine. It just shed glitter everywhere and high-heeled shoes. So she just had to skulk back again through there, not having gone on stage at all.
And the thing is, Neil, that you can't really hear backstage anyway, because as you were there, we had music play. We had the 90s music playing backstage, so that every time the door opened, the audience was subjected to a burst of crappy 90s music that
there's nothing crappy about 90s dance music.
I'm joking. So obviously it's really difficult to hear your cue. So Annabelle was relying on one of us who was standing by the door on the stage but behind the set to open the door, and when we didn't, I think there was one stage where Fiona was just pushing it shut, stopping her coming through in case she did. And I think Dirtbag is that will stay with me.
Dirtbag is one of my favourites. Absolute Dirtbag has got to be the one.
What was she meant to say? I can't even remember
I can't remember. But I just don't even know why I said it. And it's one of those moments where I thought me and Alison were just going to burst into laughter. But somehow we managed it. Alison kept looking at the fourth wall and she held it together.
And the other one was your child stealer. It's meant to be, what was it? Daddy stealer? Daddy stealer, husband stealer.
Husband stealer.
Was like, husband stealer, child stealer. She just couldn't think, oh, well.
Brilliant.
So there's lots of little things like that, but I think that, it was just a wonderful, wonderful experience, Neil.
And can I ask you individually, what was sort of like your favourite moments from like the play or the week or whatever? I know what mine was, but I'll let you tell yours first of all. Like,
for me, I'll go first.
Go first.
The fact that we got a standing ovation every night. We got a standing ovation. That was one. The others was just all the people that had come so far to see us, like yourself, Neil, from Liverpool. We had people from Guernsey, from Ipswich, from Birmingham, from Edinburgh, and we can't put into words, how grateful and how, it just just warms the cockles of my heart, the fact that people are that kind, that they want to do that and they're just keen to show their love and care. That meant the world to me. So there's the two things for me.
Brilliant. Fiona?
Okay, so I was going to say similar to Ruth, that one of the things was for me that the audiences came. We did not know what to expect, and quite often we were selling tickets still on the day and at the door, so we never knew. And I think we averaged, it's only tiny theatre, we averaged 50 per night if you sort of spread it over, but some nights we had nearly 80, so that was phenomenal that we had a full audience every night. But the main takeaway for me was that we were so collectively as a company, we were 8 people with Julie as well, Alison's sister-in-law, who was our prompt and was fantastic. We were 8 people in this company that totally had each other's backs. And like Ruth said, there were no egos in the room at all. We all just wanted the best for one another, and that brought us so close together. And just the closeness of our friendship now, all 8 of us, is like my biggest takeaway of the whole thing. Yeah.
Brilliant.
And can I just add, Neil, I don't know if you saw the review.
Yeah, I did. You got a 4-star review? Was that?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Wow.
But he's put in there the reviewer, Dean Wood, and I want to get in touch with him to thank him because we didn't know he was coming. So it's a beautiful review. But even and in that review, he said that our friendship came across and that
shone through.
It felt it like it was palpable. So anyway, sorry, I'll shut up again.
Okay, Lisa, what was yours?
I'm just going to really second Fiona. I think having the 8, and it was, even though there was like 4 of us on the stage, there was 8 people that were part of this little team, and I will take away the friendships as much as anything else. I mean, I'm so proud for Ruth, and I'm so glad it all came together for her in the end. But it was just a blessing being with those girls through the rehearsals, but that week in particular was amazing for me.
Brilliant. And Alison?
I think there was so much, really. When me and Lisa used to hug on stage because we were playing Friends, the hugs were really reassuring for us, and they were genuine. And when we went in for a hug, we had a little cheeky, like, fucking hell, in our ears. It was like, oh my God, Legs. So that, the hugs were so real and so amazing. And that was just almost like a little comfort blanket every night. Yeah. And luckily we got to do that on stage every night, quite a few times. We threw a few more in, actually, when we was just working with each other. And it was because we were playing Friends, we could just go in for a hug whenever we wanted to. So we did quite a few hugs. Yeah. So that was amazing. And I think... having Fiona, Annabelle, and Elise staying with me, because it would have been quite tricky for them to be travelling back and going into a hotel. So they actually stayed with me, and for the run. And John stayed a couple of nights, I think. But that was so lovely, because every night we would go home together, and then we would talk about what went on and what we messed up, and Lisa's dirt bag, and me trying not to laugh because I couldn't believe she just said dirt bag, which was hilarious. And then we'd get home, and then we'd have our little cup of tea, and then we'd go on and we'd continue to speak about the show and the play and the evening. So that was so lovely. And honestly, Annabelle and Elise are just, and obviously Fiona, but they are just the most beautiful young girls inside and out. You could not meet a better two lovely girls. So polite, so well mannered, just so lovely. And just to have that every night, it was just, how lucky were we to be able to go home every night, travel in every day, and be able to speak to each other about the show every night. So that was amazing. And just the support that we had from our friends and family. One of my friends came in 3 nights because she just wanted to support. So the support we had, my children especially didn't even know whether they could come and see it, because they were just saying, oh my God, Mum, I'm just going to be cringing with you up there. It was so embarrassing. But they came and they actually went, I am so proud of you, Mum. And it was really emotional. They came on the last night, and they just was so proud. And I was thinking, oh my God, I don't know if I can do it in front of my kids. They haven't seen anything for 40 odd years.
Yeah.
Is this going to be really embarrassing? But it was a very special moment.
Brilliant. Well, my favourite bit, I'm going to change tack completely here, because my favourite bit was, it's a bit where Alison had gone into like the cubicle toilet and came out with her makeup redone. So I'm going to ask you, was it the same? Did it look the same every single time, or did you just go in there blind and just do it every time?
I went in there blind. I had no mirror. Well, I did have a mirror, but there wasn't time to pick a mirror up and try and do the script, get some lipstick around my face, mess my hair up, pull my skirt up, put the toilet roll under my shoe, put a bit of black face on. So it was absolutely hit and miss. And sometimes it was quite bad. So Ruth did give me a little, in the notes the next day, can you be careful with putting that amount of lipstick around your face, because I've then got to go and do a serious scene with Tia, and I looked outrageous. So I then went back into the toilet at some stage with a baby wipe, wiped some of that off so I didn't look so outrageous.
But she, don't forget as well, Neil, she had to do that, all of that stuff in the toilet when she locked herself in the door. She was still having to deliver lines as well.
Yeah.
That was a big ask, it was like,
Yeah.
so, you've done amazing. So,
Brilliant.
And keep my feet face out, because being aware that I'm supposed to be sitting on the toilet.
Yeah.
And so that was, really difficult. And just to remember everything, like do the bolt. And, I know I go on about it all the time, but a woman of a certain age, being quite menopause, to remember all that thing, the multitasking that I was doing in that toilet was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But look how much that brain has been used. And you've done it. You've done it. So that's the main thing.
That was my worst scene.
No.
I could never ever get the lines right.
But you've done them every night.
You did amazing, Lisa.
You've done them every night, Lisa.
I know.
Every
I couldn't
night.
do it before.
No.
You smashed it, Lisa. Absolutely smashed it.
Can I just mention as well, Tia?
Oh,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Because she, as she's a young, like she's sort of got just the start of her career, and we was always hoping that Lavvies would be a step up for her rather than a drop down. So I think, and she just consistent every night, didn't drop the ball.
Absolutely.
Any scene.
She was such a pro, wasn't she?
Not a prostitute, Neil, not a prostitute.
No. She never missed a line, absolutely missed a line. And I missed plenty. And I used to come off and apologise to Tia because she was so amazing.
Brilliant.
She had loads of physical comedy in her parts because she played multiple parts. And then she had a scene with Al as well. And she got great laughs from the audience. And that's hard, you know, to play those parts and actually get the laughs. But she really, really nailed it.
Because she was like as you say, the comedy there, but she was also the villain of the piece as well, if you like, as well. I thought she was great.
She was brilliant.
I'm glad you've mentioned her. Now, I have got a little bit of a surprise, because when someone heard that we were doing this, they wanted to come and speak to you all. So if you could just give a big welcome to Mark Baxter, aka Dwayne Orpington.
Oh,
Mark.
There he is.
There Hello, darling.
Hello,
darling.
Oh, gosh. And Mark came along. He was there.
I was there. I just want to take this opportunity to thank Neil for letting me come on and join in with your little celebration this evening, ladies. Hello. Now, first thing I want to say is that I enjoyed my afternoon more than I can say. Okay. First of all, Neil, the first thing I'm going to say is, my first comment is for Ruth, really, and that is, having been in the same position where I've written something and it's quite personal to me, I think that maybe Ruth has played more than one of those parts that we saw last Saturday. And to be a generous writer and also director, and give her loving, her piece of work over to, as she did, is, first of all, is a wonderful thing. It really was. No, honestly, girls, you did a great job. I mean, I was in so much. I was laughing so much at times, but at other times it was like, my family was up there. It was really quite strange. 40 odd years, and I'm looking at Alison, I'm looking at Lisa, and I'm thinking, crikey, these were little girls, really, when we first met. You know? But and also for them to jump out of their lives, that when you're in a big show like we were in, and let's be honest, it was the biggest show on TV for children when we were in it. And then to do little bits and pieces afterwards, and then go off and have a different life altogether, to have families, to establish businesses, and go to work and do everything that we've done, to then take on what you did and come straight back and sort of really grasp the nettle and then say, do you know what, let's go for it. And you really did. And I can tell you, I my hat's off to you all. It was a fabulous afternoon. And even though little things might have gone wrong, you see, that you wouldn't have known anyway, because you were enjoying yourself as much as as we were enjoying it. It was a fabulous afternoon. And I just wanted to just stop by and say, fabulous afternoon.
Thanks, Mark. Thank you, Mark. That means the world to us. Honest.
No, honestly, it actually has inspired me to go back and look at some of the stuff that I did, because Erkan, right, I shook his hand. He said, well, if you had something, I'd do it. So we'll see.
Watch this space. Yeah, definitely watch this space.
Let's see if he's good to his word. Let's see.
No, speaking of Erkan, Erkan wanted to come along, but he couldn't. But he just wanted me to tell you a little message, just saying how much he enjoyed it. He thought it was brilliant, and he's really, really proud of you all. And I've got another one from Flair, who also couldn't make it, but she said she thinks you're all fabulous. You should definitely do Lavvies too. And she wants to say that she was really blown away by your writing skills, Ruth, as well. She all the years she's known you, she never knew that you had that talent in you as well. So that's just a couple of messages from then. So I've just mentioned Lavvies too. So what's happening now then, girls?
Well, Mark's very kindly stepped up, and he's going to be playing Rachel.
Yeah, I'll do that. I'll do anything. I'll just be a pair of legs in a booth somewhere. Do you know what I'm saying?
That's my husband. He wants to be on it as well.
Well, there you go. What you can do is you can have a split
we've got
stage.
characters already.
We can have a split stage, and you can have what's happening in the girls lose with one half, and then we turn to the darkness, and we see what's happening in the boys lose in the other half.
I'm sure it'd be very boring in the boys' toilet.
It would be.
Just go in and go for a pee and
Do
pop
your
out.
business and get out. That's what happens in the lads. You're in, you do it, and you get out. No one ever talks to each other in the lads.
Hey, listen, there's a machine in the gents' toilets that you can make a living out of being a balloon one of those balloons. I'm telling you. We could have a whole evening of it. It'd be fabulous.
So seriously, what are we looking at, girls?
They don't want to do it, Neil. I've said to him, if I'm going to do Lavvies 2, I'll give them first refusal, but they're already refusing me. They don't want to do it. So I can't talk them. You might be able to talk them
after every one of you saying, how'd you say no to Ruth last time? And now you're saying no to it.
This is nothing to do with Ruth's fright, which is amazing.
Yeah.
It's the best.
The process, it's the nerves that it was huge. The fear for all of us of the fear of failure, but like the worst fear for all of us was just being there on stage like a rabbit in the headlights, thinking, what the hell? And we did have, Lisa and I had one scene where she introduces me to Alison. And I was waiting for Lisa to introduce me to Alison, and the introduction never came. And Lisa just looked at me and just sort of smiled with her lips together. And I thought, what the hell's happening here? But then luckily we knew the script well enough by that time to just kind of ad-lib around it. But that was our biggest fear, I think. And that's, for us, apart from the fact that we all have massively busy lives.
Can I just butt in and say, can I leave yous here? Because my dinner's just come up and I feel really rude because I'm out with 20 odd people out there. And so I'll leave yous to take over. But thank you. Sorry, I've got to cut it short. This was absolutely last minute, but I'll leave Ruth to be her wonderful self and carry on and everyone else. It's been really
I'll say Alison has said yes to Lavvies 2.
No. I've said I would redo Lavvies 1. There, I know the lines. If anywhere else, I'll do that. But I don't think my nerves would hold up for Lavvies 2. Honestly, I thought I was going to die through the summer. That's all I can say. But listen, I've really got to go.
Have a good evening,
Thanks, Alison.
Love you. Bye.
Love and miss you.
Bye.
Just before I go, the other thing I was going to say is that, and Fiona just tapped on it a little bit there, it must have been a little bit daunting as well that, you've got so many people that came to see the show that remember you, in school uniform and how you were 40 years ago. And so to be able to take a brand new script like you did, that they, and to wonder if they can see past who you were as your Grange Hill character in something completely different and just smash it out of the park like you did. Everybody said how good that was. So again, ladies, thank you so much for a wonderful afternoon. If there's Lavvies 2, yes, I'm coming to see that as well. I'm going to let you get on, but thank you for letting me butt in and just to say hello and thank you.
Oh,
cheers, Mark.
honestly, Mark, thank you so much, darling. We'll speak soon, eh?
Yes, for sure.
Thanks, Mark.
Sure.
Take care. I'm trying to get off. I
Go
can't get it off. I can't leave.
You're not allowed to leave. You're not allowed to go.
Trying. Can you take me off somehow?
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
All right.
Cut me off. Cut me off. Thank you. Bye.
Love you, Mark. Bye, darling.
Right. So I need to get this in because obviously the last time we did get together, it was coming up to it, and there'd been an issue with the website for the space, and there was a problem with ticket sales and all that. And then quite out the blue, I got a message from a lad I went to school with. I have to get this in. His name's Andrew. I got a message from a lad I went to school with, and he'd seen a thing advertised at the space, and he was like, "Oh, you might be interested in this." And I said, "Look, mate, I'm way ahead of you." And I said, "We've already done a podcast on it." And then I got another message from him a couple of days later saying, "I've listened to that episode of the podcast," and by then I'd put a thing in saying that the website was fixed. And he said to me, it was him that fixed the website. Basically, he lives opposite the space.
Wow.
And then I got another message from him about a day later because he just popped over to the space, and I got a picture of him and Ruth together So he actually met Ruth in person before I did, and like me and Ruth have been talking for like 3 years, but he was there. So Andrew Finnegan, his name is. Give him his full title, but yeah, he was at school with me, and he's now living down Isle of Dog. He was the one responsible for getting the website sorted, and
he came with his wife as well. He came with his wife on one of the evenings.
yeah, it was just all the coincidences like that, all the things that could happen. Like, and he was just like, yeah, he said, I might start a Grange Hill podcast now because I've met someone. I needed to get that in there for Andrew, like for sorting it out for you.
Yeah, he's a good man.
Yeah,
I'd popped into the theatre on the Friday before. I popped into the theatre. I went up to the theatre to take the posters about 2 weeks, or about a week and a bit before our run, and that was when I caught up with them. So yeah, lovely fella. I think he's on the board of the Space Bar.
right.
Got a funny feeling.
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say, like others have said, on a personal level, like I loved it. I love coming down. Like, me and Helen, we got the train down in the morning. Well, you know, we had a bit of breakfast and we had a bit of time to kill. So I know you've told us off for doing this, but basically we trekked across London on foot from
Tower Bloody Hill,
Tower Hill to Isle of Dog. Like, yeah, and I mean, we enjoyed it. It was nothing for us. We just wish we'd seen more of the river because we didn't realise how built up and how many housing estates there was going to be. And then obviously we watched the play. We got to spend time with you all, and which was great as well. Like, and then we got the train home that night, and we were
Such
back
an amazing afternoon, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Like I could have just stayed out there chatting to everyone, but we had to go back and get ready for the next show. But it was such a beautiful day. The sun shone down.
Yeah, it was gorgeous.
We had loads of friends coming. Like Fleur was there, Erkan on that Saturday. It was just really a lovely afternoon.
And Aaron came as well, didn't he, in the evening? Is that Aaron Bell turned up in the evening as well? Yeah. Yeah.
He came on the Friday. Did he come on the Friday?
No, he came on the Saturday, the last night, Ruth.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And
I know you've said, like, you know, you said no to Lavvies too, but is there any sort of, has it reignited any sort of acting in you girls? Is it any sparks there?
Really enough, as much as I literally, as you know, I was bricking it, I think, like Alison said, if it was like doing it again, that play where we slightly know the lines now, quite possibly, but you know, I've got difficult circumstances. I don't care for my dad, so logistically, I'm not sure if it could ever work. But hand on heart, I would definitely do it again. I think now, strangely,
I lured them in there. I lured them.
Yeah. They can't say no to you. That's what it is.
Oh,
They've said that. But and Fiona, well, anything at all there, like?
Well, God, if the girls said yes to doing Lavvies 1 again,
right,
like a week somewhere, I would definitely be in. Definitely.
There's demand on social media for a tour. You know that, don't you?
Really?
Yeah.
We have to be like one night in each city.
Yeah.
And then back home again. That's all we could fit in. But yeah, like they say, now we know the lines, or nearly know the lines. We could probably just about do that. Yeah, of course.
Yeah. I think as well for me, it's I think with the feedback we've had, it's made me go, oh, okay, perhaps I am an okay writer. Perhaps I should write some more, or you know.
Exactly, definitely, Ruth.
So,
it was from a like, I know we said all the way through, all of us, we're not even actors. We kept saying, you know, we haven't acted for 40 years. And then even when we were acting in Grange Hill, how much formal training had we had? Not really any. People going to drama school we've just sort of done a bit of modern and tap and jazz and a bit of singing and acting at stage school. But from an acting perspective, Ruth's writing was so easy to deliver. It was so natural.
Comical.
Pace of it, the way, like literally, it was a comedy, obviously, and it was just laugh after laugh after laugh. And she is an incredible writer, and must carry on writing. That would be such a shame if you didn't, because the script was phenomenal. It really is very, very good.
Very funny.
Yeah.
Thank you. Oh,
definitely.
My heart's like.
and I meant to ask you this, Fiona. The bit where the bloke came on stage, was that you?
Oh, you came to the Saturday, didn't
Yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah.
So by the Saturday, my back had recovered sufficiently. I
Right.
said to him, it's okay, can I do Saturday? Because that's when my kids were coming.
Right.
And I was dying to do that bit. And originally in the script, the bloke who comes out just sort of goes, oh, cheers, girls.
No idea.
But then Ruth did it up to then, and she'd added a little bit in where she pointed at Alison and went, "Oh, you're a bit why are you?" And then so I thought, right, it's the last day. I'm just going to grab my crutch, say, "See you outside." Or something. So that was my favourite bit. I have to say, playing the bloke. Yeah,
Because I didn't know. I genuinely didn't recognise you. It was only when I heard. I think you might have said something in passing outside, but I genuinely didn't know it was you.
Oh, brilliant. Oh, that's good.
My son Reese, actually, when I look back at the video, I look like my son. I don't know how he was actually. I looked a little bit YMCA, but
The handlebar.
Freddie Mercury moustache.
Brilliant, brilliant. Well, girls, it was great. Honestly, it was such a good day, and it's been great. This debrief.
Oh, Neil,
with you.
listen, thank you so much. Like, we've just got to say, your support, having us on the podcast, your support of keep putting stuff out there. Lee Myers as well has been so supportive. And Simon's, there's just been the support that we've had from the crew. Because I've never done any of those, the Grange Hill reunion, because I've always been in New Zealand. But these people that have turned up, I've got a list of names. You might want to, sorry, is this all right, Neil?
Yeah, go for your life, yeah.
Okay, so you girls let me know if we've missed anyone. So we've got Leon, Stephen Peace, Simon, Lee, Julie, Charles, Terry, Russell, Gary, Ryan, Nick, Martin, Michael, Jill, Lewis, Doug. Have I missed people? I know
My bloody husband.
Oh, yeah, your bloody husband. Stefaroo.
And his daughter who did the Tampax machine. John and Keris, shout out.
John and Keris.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, my husband who took the set up, and then bless him, he left me in bed on Sunday to go and pick the set up because I was so shattered on Sunday. I still had to wake up and do stuff, but anyway. So yes, but listen, thank you. And a lot of these people came from, like your good self, Neil, came from quite a way away. So we genuinely, I think I'm overwhelmed by it. I am, the support we've had. Can't thank you guys enough.
Brilliant. Well, hopefully.
And hello, Helen.
she can't hear you because I'm on my headphones. But yeah,
know what Grange Hill is, does she?
I mean, she's got more of an understanding now. But yeah, it wasn't really something that Grange Hill was never. It wasn't something that she really watched. I'm not supposed to say that on here, but
no, it's fine.
It was. She never really watched it. So I mean, as I say, she knows more about it now. But it's strange now because she doesn't know Roland, but she knows Aiken. She doesn't know Nigel, but she knows Gary. Do you know what I mean? So it's like it's things like that. Yeah, but yeah, and I have to say on a personal level as well. Thanks to for taking me in and for taking Helen in as well. It's really nice because I know you could be quite nervous about everything, but no, it's great that you have took me on as well. To be honest,
well, you've been so supportive, to be honest, and it's been your journey as much as anyone else's.
Mm-hmm.
From the very, very beginning. I remember getting an email and I was thinking, who is this person?
Yeah.
Or like a messenger or something, and I was a bit like, what is this all about? But it's been, we've been doing this now, what, 3-4 years?
4 years, yeah. 4 years. And I think, like I said on the last time, the four of you were in the first year, but like Fiona, you were episode 3, and Lisa, you were episode 4, and so you were the very, very early days, but no, it was, like I say, that the whole thing was just great last week. No, it was brilliant. So thank you so much.
Thank you, my love.
And thanks for giving up another Sunday evening to come on and talk about it.
The least we could do, nearly Pops. The least we could do.
I thought it was great as well that if people couldn't get there, they were able to watch it on the live stream.
I think Ricky watched it in Thailand.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
he watched it that night, and he was absolutely blown away. That's what I think. It's not just people. People in the business that loved it. So honestly, hats off to you guys. You done me so proud of you. Thank you.
No, thank you, darling.
Brilliant.
It's been an amazing experience.
Yeah.
Good.
Do you know what? I could tell how much you've enjoyed it from the moment from getting down there and seeing you all before the show and then watching the show and then seeing you out. You could just tell how much you were enjoying it. So yeah,
I've been big up Ruth for everything she's done and actually putting up with me and Alison's little giggles and
they weren't nothing.
It
was fine.
But honestly, having these guys, all 8 of us, like even Alison's sister-in-law, and she's a scream, by the way, but all of them, it was just so nice being around them for that week. And obviously I, as you know, look after my dad, so it was a lovely experience to be with them all.
Brilliant.
Oh, we love you, Lise. We love each other.
We do that, my love.
Girls, honestly, it was great seeing you there. It was great seeing you again tonight and talking to you. So thank you once again. It was brilliant. So any final thoughts before we go?
Ruthie?
Yeah, that's got to be you.
My final thoughts are it was an amazing journey right from when I asked the girls to do it and they said, yeah, it's been a journey. It's been a big journey. I was doing quite a lot, producing, directing, but these girls made it so much easier. Despite Lisa and Alison saying that giggling, I used to be a giggler, so I get it. So it's absolutely fine. It was just an amazing journey. And, we so pulled it off. And the main thing is, no matter what, the reason we done it was friendship, but you do this sort of thing for the audience. That's it. And they loved it. And so for me, our job here is done, girlfriends. Our job here is done. Whoop, whoop. Love yous.
Love yous.
Excellent. Well, anyone else before we sign off?
I think Ruth said it all for me.
Yeah, I just miss them and miss it now, but I miss them the most.
No, we are going to Alison's to watch all of the because I think your John's daughter recorded a lot of them, or every one of them. Yeah, I think that we're going to have a scream. It's going to be pizza and prosecco.
Well, once again, thanks so much. It's been great speaking to you about it, and getting to see you was great as well. So thank you all so very much. And
thank you, Nearly Pops. We love you.
Not a problem. Not a problem. Darling. And to anyone that's listening, I'll speak to you next time. Cheers. Thanks.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Love you.